like a Hellcat.
Hello everyone. Today's topic is sorting algorithm. We will learn 5 basic algorithms. So let's get started. So here I have given you an example. We will take this input and we have to print this output. Okay. So let's get started with bubble sort. So bubble sort is something like this. We take a basic array here. We take a basic array first, and now we have to give out this sorted output. So what it does is checks these two elements here, and if this element is smaller than the first element, we will swap it. Okay, we will swap. So let's see here. You can see 7 4 is interchanged here, and we will similarly do this with second and third and fourth. So at the end of step 1, we can see after this steps, we can see the greatest element, which is 7, is now sorted and put in the last index. Similarly, in second step, we will follow swapping. We will check for each, and we will get the second largest element here. So here now we have got 5. Similarly, in third step, we will get our 2, and at the end we will have a sorted array. Okay, so this is bubble sort. And I will also show you the code of bubble sort here. Bubble sort code is something like this. So we will take a first loop for taking out the largest element. As you can see here, we are doing is swap. This is nothing but this is nothing but swap. Okay, we are swapping these two elements, a of I with a of I plus 1. So this is similar. Okay, this is similar to what we are they have taken the third integer here, temp, and switched it. We can also use swap. Okay, I use this swap in next selection sort. You will see it later. So so the time complexity of bubble sort is n square. Okay, remember it is very important to know the complexity of an algorithm. Okay, so it's n square. And how you can remember the bubble sort? Bubble sort, as the name suggests, is nothing but the elements are coming out. See, after one step you can see the biggest number is at the end. So why the bubble name? Bubble name is because as you blow the air in the water, you will see that bubbles will come out one by one, popping up on the surface. So similarly, in this algorithm, one by one element is getting at the top of the array at a perfect position. So the name is bubble sort. So next up is selection sort. Selection sort is also very simple and very easy. It's just an inverse of bubble sort. So in bubble sort, we will taking the biggest number at the end. Here we are taking out smallest number at the beginning. So this is a simple approach. So for the first index, we will find out what is the suitable element. So 7 should not be here. So we will go through the loop, go through these elements and check out the smallest one among them. So smallest one is 2. So we will, at the position of 7, we will swap it to 2. Simple swapping. Okay. Similarly, in step 2, 1 is sorted now. Now we have to get back to 5 4 7. We will find the smallest, which is 4, and we will link it here. Similarly, we will do it in step 3 and step 4. So this is selection sort. And here is the code of the selection sort. As you can see, selection sort, here I have used swap. Okay, we will swap the smallest element with the index. See, smallest element with the index. So this is selection sort. And guess what is the complexity? Complexity is n square. N square is the complexity. Okay, please remember that selection sort and bubble sort has the same complexity of n square. Now, why the name is selection sort? How can you remember what is the difference between selection and bubble sort? As the name suggests, in selection sort, we are basically selecting each integer. I will explain to you like this. So at one index, what should be the number? At one zeroth index, 2 should be the number. So we are, from this array, we are selecting true. So this is selection. So the algorithm has got the name selection. Now our third algorithm is insertion sort. Insertion sort is also a very easy algorithm. So basically what we do is that select integer, okay, and we will sort whatever is in the left side. Okay, so it's simple. Let's take here 7. Okay, so 7, on the left side nothing is there, so we will not perform any actions. Okay, so here before 4 there is 7. Now we will check whatever is in the left side should be smaller than this number, but 7 is larger than the 4, so we will swap it. We will take this number to that. Similarly, now we will take 5 and we will see whatever number is less than 5 should be on the left. So 4 is less, so it should be on the left side. Here you can see we have sorted 3 numbers. Now we will take 4, and whatever should be in left should be in less than 2. So less than 2, nothing is there, so nothing is here. So let's see the code of insertion sort. Insertion sort is very easy algorithm. As you can see, the loop used is very simple here, one for loop and while loop. I have told you a of j, we will swap we will run a loop to check the left side, which is smaller element than that. Okay, here is a simple algorithm. And guess the complexity of this. The complexity of this is also n square. Okay, n square. Complexity is also n square. So remember that bubble sort, selection sort, and insertion sort, 3 of them has the complexity of n square. And how you can remember insertion sort? Insertion sort, as the name suggests, is basically inserting an element. We are inserting, see, in first step we will insert this 7th element to the position such that everything from the left is smaller. So basically we are inserting this 7th into a sorted array. Okay, this you will not see the whole array is not sorted, but everything on the left of them is sorted. You can see after step 2, this 2 array is sorted. So we are inserting one element at a proper place. So the name is insertion sort. So let's get to third algorithm. Third algorithm is quite complex, as you can see. It is merge sort. So merge sort is quite difficult, not too difficult, but a bit difficult than insertion sort. So merge sort is something like this. I don't know why they have given the name merge sort. I think it should be break merge sort. I will explain you this now. Okay, so in merge sort what happens is we will break every element from them. Okay, so we will just break every element into half parts. Okay, so see, this is an array of 6 elements. We have broken down into 3 and 3 part. Again we will break down into 2, 1. You must be wondering why we are breaking down. We are breaking down this in order to get back to a sorted array. So how you are getting back to a sorted array? So after breaking that, we will compare each element. So after breaking 9, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8. Okay, now we will check which is smaller among them. So we will sort that. So we will merge that into an array, that is sorted array of 7, 9. Similarly, we will merge this 7, 2 with 7, 9, 8 and form a new array which is 7, 8, 9. And similarly, we will sort this 2 numbers, form an array, sort this 2 numbers, form an array, and after this we will sort this number to form our array. Okay, this is our final answer. So you must be wondering how we are breaking this and many times and merging it again and again. So we do this by recursion. I will explain you this by a simple GFG video. Okay, so simply we will break this array into two parts. Okay, we are breaking this into two parts. Then we will see if left part is smaller. See, as you can see, then again we will break. So first of all we have to break every element here. So after breaking, now comes the important part. Now we have to do is check for these two and merge them. Okay, I will explain you what he has done here. So we are checking here 27 with 3. This 2 is sorted. Okay, and this 2 is sorted. We will check 27 with 3 and 43. We can see that 3 is smaller than 27, so we have pushed back here 3, and we are checking 27 with 43. So here 43 is greater, so we will push back 27. See, similarly we will perform this similar action with each and every element, and at the end we will bind them and get a sorted array. So this was all about merge sort. Okay, now how can you remember merge sort? It's quite easy to remember it. As the name suggests, it's merge sort. So we have to merge sort, we have to merge every array. Okay, we have to merge an array and just break and merge, that's it in merge algorithm. Okay, so that was merging. Now the question must be arising here. Let me show you just the code of this. Okay, merge sort. Merge sort code is quite complex. As I told you, it involves recursion. So first of all we will assign start and end of each subpart that we have created. Then we have to sort it. Similarly we have to see, you can see we have to perform this recursive function again and again. So this was merge sort. Okay, so what should be the complexity of this merge sort? So this is one of the quickest sorting algorithm. So its complexity is n log n, and you may know that n log n complexity means it is less than n square. Means this algorithm is quite efficient, and its time complexity is less. That's why we are performing this complex algorithm. You must be wondering why we are even using this algorithm, but the important advantage of using the merge sort is its time complexity. It is very efficient than the other three of them. Bubble sort and all this sort has a complexity of n square, and this has complexity of n log n. So last up is quick sort, which is not too complex but as merge sort, but complex than the other three. Okay, so let's get back to merge sort. Quick sort. In the quick sort, what we are doing is just picking up a random element. Okay, I'm very sorry for this. Okay, pick up a random element. I will pick random element here 7. Okay, and we will see that this 7 will act as a pivot. Okay, so what pivot does is it will just break this. We will break this into two parts. So whatever will at the left will be the smaller elements, and whatever at the right will be the greater element. Okay, so similarly what we have now, we have broken down it into two part algorithms. Okay, two parts. So now one will contain 1 3 2, and again here we will randomize it. Okay, and pick up another pivot. We have picked up here 2, and similarly we will perform quick sort on this 2. So as you can see, this will again be a recursive algorithm as previously explained, like merge sort. This will also be a recursive algorithm. So let's see the code of this. Code is quite complex, as you can see, not complex as merge sort. Okay, basically we have to swap the elements what is at the left side, and again perform the recursive stuff here again and again. Okay, So let's get started at see the how you can remember quicksort. So how you can remember quicksort is it's quick. No, it's not. It's not quick as merge sort. You can see here this algorithm is randomizing. So at if we speak of randomizing, we can tell that this will work at the time complexity of n log n. Okay, but not at the worst case it may take up n square time. Okay, so at the worst case it can take n square time. So it's not that quick as merge sort, but sometimes it takes times, but it is, as you can see, it's a random, it uses a random function, so its time complexity may vary. So this was all from my side. Hope you learn all the 5 basics algorithms. Thank you.